What's good? I'm Rec. This is 2021. I haven't been on YouTube just yet. I've been doing a lot. Pretty much been 3D printing and learning that process. And for me to be honest with you, I'm an obsessive. So when I choose to do something, immediately I obsess over it. The only difference is this time that I've learned how to like gauge or start to gauge right now a little bit of a balance because I've learned 3D printing in one of the programs pretty fast. Right now, what I wanted to talk about, as you can see in the title, is black and white. The reason why I wanted to talk about this topic to a point, somewhat a little bit, not as much, because I still need to do some research myself. But I wanted to talk about how it impacted how I was raised or how I was taught about it. Um, is you only have two groups of people that go by a color basis. You have white and you have black. And everybody else in this world has some type of a title, whether it's Italian, um, Latino, Asian, uh, Chinese, Japanese, Russian, German, African. Um, I don't know. It's a lot. Like it's a lot. Everybody, like most people, have some type of title. When they describe themselves, they go, "Oh, I'm mixed, but I got this, and this, and black, and I got this, and this, and white." And it's like, what are they? All right. So how I was raised to use the words Caucasian or European for a white person, and for a black person, I was raised to use the word Asiatic. I wasn't raised to use the word black or white for reasons of which were like taught in science and things, that like black was death and white was surveyor and owner of all. In a way, like they just, the most beautiful thing in the world was white, and the most deadliest or dead or negative in every single way was black. So I was raised not to identify with the word black at all. Not in a way where it's just like, oh, I can't like black things like black sneakers, black shirt, black hoodie, things like that. No. But that I wasn't supposed to be I'm bad looking at my phone behind the camera. I wasn't supposed to let the word black describe me. So instead of like shifting my mindset to what society had going on, I stuck with that. Now, growing up in society with people who just identify with the word black and white, it was difficult. It was difficult. I'm not gonna lie, because the more people would describe me as black, I would correct them. I would go, "Yo, no, 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 I'm not black. I'm an Asiatic." What's that? Da, 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 da. I got more negative response from Asiatics, which would be black people, than I did from Caucasians, Europeans, Asians, Japanese, whoever. Um, I got more of a negative response. You know what I'm saying? More of a like a, so it became a point in time where like for a long time I stopped saying it. I just left it alone. I would only say it to people that I got to know or people that I knew. Like that was it. Well, pretty much people that I got to know. I'm saying people that I knew. It would take some time before I would express that and be like, well, I wasn't even raised like that, and then explain it to them. And it was like probably like 2 years ago, my mom had told me, she was like, it's not your job to force these people to understand. It's just your job to educate, tell them, share it. You know what I mean? Just to share it. No, I don't know everything. I don't remember everything from growing up, because there was a time period where I wasn't connected to it. And what I'm saying I'm connected to, I was raised as a Moorish American. And you can Google that, look it up. This video is not about me breaking that down, but my upbringing, I was raised as a Moorish American. My last name is Bay, and if you know Bays, if you know Ills, then you know somebody that has a Moorish American background or a family base. And some of the main things that we were brought up on was we do not identify with Negro, Black, and colored. We do not identify with any property words. We do not judge people by the color of their skin. We judge people by the content of their character. From the age of being born to maybe 12 or something like that. Majority of the time when I seen men, I seen them in suits, and I seen them with collar shirts. I seen them clean cut. I didn't see them, they pants sagging. I didn't see much of that. Even growing up in the middle of the hood, I didn't see it too much of it because of what we was surrounded around. As I started to like grow up, and you know what I'm saying, that the temple started to like break down, and I just started to get into life, like being outside, being in the mix. You started to meet girls who wore weave. I never seen girls who wore weave. My mom, most of my sisters, and that was another thing. We called each other brothers and we called each other sisters. We didn't. It was adult men calling little boys young brother and things like that. It wasn't my little nigga, you know what I'm saying, or whatever like that. It wasn't like that. But see, that's the teenage years, early teenage years, where I started getting into society, and then that you know what I'm saying, it was slight changes. But because of certain things that was embedded in me over the first 10, 12 years, like women with weave or accepting weave, I couldn't accept it in any way, shape, or form. Braids was cool, but I couldn't accept it too much in any way, shape, or form because I didn't ever hear women complain about hair or doing their hair. I didn't ever see women with it all crazy. It wasn't like that. You know what I mean? From the young to the old, it just wasn't like that. So for me to, when I get out into the environment, just like the environment that I was growing up in, once I started mixing into that, it's like I just couldn't technically understand why this even played part, or why this was important. And as I got older, it got even worse because I just started to see the price range and the value on it and how it was like impacting adult women and children. I mean, that was one thing that I was always like, I don't fuck with that shit. You know what I mean? And like I said, growing up with certain type of things being taught to you, like not identifying with black, or being able to put that on somebody where you go, oh, you're white. I mean, in society, I grew up understanding how society looked at things, and I appeased it, and I would use the word white, and I would use the word black. But inside, I always knew that these things don't even make sense to me. Like, they don't. They just not logically don't make sense to me. They don't feel right, and they don't make sense to me. So right now, me making this video was just you letting you know. When you see me or whatever like that, just know that I don't look at you as a black person, because I feel as though that's one of the most disrespectful things I can call you, because you're not a dead man walking, you're not a dead woman walking. So I can't call you a black man, I can't call you a black woman. And to anybody out there that you've been identified as white, I can't call you that, because you are not the surveyor of all. You do not control what I do, how I do it, and when I do it. You do not. You do not. And as time goes on, and as the internet grows, and as just the way things go, if it goes just further, you control less. If you controlled anything. Because I never believed you controlled anything that I could do, would do, how I would do it. You don't control anything. So if you feel as though you in that base where you are white, just know that I don't see you as white. I see you as a Caucasian or European. I see you as what you is. That is that simple. I see what you would call a black person is what you is, an Asiatic. It's what I was raised to describe you as. Now, like I said, this is not a video about being a Moorish American. This is a video just expressing how I identify with black or white. That simple. I don't identify with it in any way, shape, or form. I don't connect to it. I don't choose to. I will not choose to in the future. All of the years that I sat back and I did not allow myself to just express that to people, whether I knew you long term or not, I apologize, because for me, it's about being honest, and it's about being direct. And directly, there is no black and white in my mind. What there is there's, nationalities. You know what I mean? There's a difference, and there's a lot of room for understanding and communication. And I ain't the, you know what I'm saying, I ain't the best at this. Like, I don't remember everything about Moorish American life and the faith. But at the end of the day, it was about peace. And to me, when you break it down to just like some core small statements, it's just about peace. Everybody should be focused on peace, you know, and understanding. When we greet somebody, we say Islam. When we leave somebody, we say peace. And like, it's crazy how I can look at certain people and I can see that energy in them. You know what I mean? And when I see it in them, it's just like, it makes me wish I had more of that energy in me. And it's like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be probably like the most walking around with a suit on and things like that, but being honest with myself and being honest with people, that's what I am. I'm a Moorish American, and that ain't never gonna change. And I don't identify with the word Negro, black, or colored, and I do not call anybody white. You're a European, Caucasian, and for those who identify as black, you are an Asiatic. I would never call you a color, because that color has no life to it, and you have life to you. You have a heart, you have a mind, you have a dream, you have a soul, you have energy, you make moves. And these two words do not describe that in any way, shape, or form. So I can't call you that. A color can be great. A color can run around here and make great art. But a person can. A person, a human, can paint with these colors. A person can write words with these colors. But I don't see how these colors can describe a word if the person didn't do something with that color to describe them. If a person didn't take these colors and make some art or write a book, how does these colors describe that person? Just by being there. It's the stupidest shit I ever seen in my life. Or maybe not in my life. Maybe somebody else seen it as stupid and they didn't, you know, or they didn't describe it as stupid. But me, just off the, I describe it as stupid because you're a human, you're a person, you can talk, you can comment on this video and I can answer that question. I just can't take that word black and knowing that it means so many negative things and put it on you. I'm not truly interested. Like, I want to get rid of the, you know, using the N-word, even with my friends and stuff. Why? Because that was, I think it was corny that we keep taking it. We want to take negatives and make them positive. Man, fuck that. Like, I ain't with that. Like, I don't like the word savage. I never liked the word savage. I never thought it was cool. I never thought that word was cool. You know what I mean? It doesn't even, it disrespects so many nationalities. Like, it just blatantly disrespects so many nationalities to what it's connected to in the past. But we use it so freely. We use the N-word so freely. You know what I'm saying? We can say bro, but we gotta mentally look at a guy and know what type of level of bro we got with him. Why can't I just call him brother? And hopefully he understand that I mean him no harm. I mean him no negative. I hope all his dreams come true. When I walked into his presence, I only wanted to bring good energy. You know what I mean? Why we gotta think that we gotta be around each other and be grimy or shiesty? Why can't we be creative? Why can't we, you know what I mean, feed that? You know what I'm saying? I told one of my homies that men need to express more like, I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to, it probably ain't even mentally hard to say. It's just in my mind. I'm trying to say it a certain way, but men need to express more of that proud energy towards each other. Like, tell your bro you proud of him, yo. My bad, my phone making noise. It's PlayStation. But tell your bro, I don't have a 5, I got a 4. Tell your bro you proud of him. You know what I mean? Tell him. You might do it on Instagram and stuff like that because that's what Instagram is for. But hit that nigga phone. I apologize for using that word, but that's how it came out. So you gotta work on it. But hit his phone. And just hit him up and be like, yo, I'm proud of you. Like, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Like, I maybe because I grew up loving that brotherhood type feeling because I didn't have it right away. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just want, you know what I'm saying? I want them to understand, like, it's build confidence within each other and self. But, yeah, at the end of the day, I don't identify with them words. It's a lot of things that can go from here on this topic because of how, like I said, how I was raised. But at the end of the day, these colors can't live a talent, man. And, you know what I mean? This is my, I guess, first video for 2021, which actually it's not. I got a couple vlogs that's about to drop. Like I said, I've been 3D printing, so it's been a learning experience. I haven't even been on YouTube to comment or do anything because I've just been gathering and gathering because I want to make sure that I got enough knowledge about this 3D printing because I got knowledge about Final Cut, I got knowledge about motion, I understand those, I know what I want to do with those. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be bringing some education, but at the end of the day, that right there, 3D printing is from 0 to 100, man. You gotta obsess if you really want to learn something, if you really want to grab a hold of something and really expose yourself to the deep understanding. Let go of everything else and document what you're doing and obsess over it, and you'll get it. It's a guarantee. So 3D printing coming soon. That was corny. Anyway, so right here, right, this is a messed up model. This is one of my early models of 3D printing that I messed up. So I'll share this with y'all. You know what I mean? But it's a learning experience, I promise you. I'm a little nervous. And I'll say that because talking about this topic makes me nervous. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this video, I'm going to put this video on YouTube like right now and walk away from it and get to the next video. So be looking out for a new vlog to be dropping. Yo, shout out to Tune215. I see you, bro. You giving a lot of tours. A lot of tours. Like, you giving it up right now. You showing them Philly. You mapping Philly right now. Like, you're mapping Philly. You know what I mean? Google Maps, holla at Tune. You know what I'm saying? He can get y'all right for the 2021-22 mapping. Yo, you know all they do is put people in them cars and they be wheeling around. Just driving around. But anyway, I'm out of here. See y'all in my more creative content. But be looking out for Final Cut education, motion education, my 3D print and learning and journey. And hopefully you learn something from it. Or holla at me. You know what I mean? And more videography, more photography. I need to get right with the photography. We gonna holla at Larry because he gonna be the one to handle that shit. That's who I think should handle that shit, not me. Larry should handle that, yo. So be looking out for more of that. Live your talent. I don't know. It sounded cool just now in my head to say don't live by a color, but live by you.